Well, the story continues, and the disciples gathered together in an upper room, a place where they could gather in safety because they feared the Jews would chase them down too. They feared that the high priest and the authorities within the nation would be seeking to oppress them and to root them out. Just like we would understand today as we look around the world at demonstrators who are really sorely oppressed by their autocratic dictatorships, and we see what happens to them. Well, the disciples were in such a position and felt so fearful. Some had decided to go back to their hometowns to pick up their lives again, and no doubt there will be others. But right now, there was this group of people gathered together in this secret room. When the time came, the ladies went down to the tomb again, risking being seen and challenged. And they went with spices to anoint the body and to finish the embalming in the tomb. They were a bit concerned about how they were going to move the stone and who might help them, no doubt. But when they got there, they discovered that the stone against the tomb's entrance had already been rolled away. And when they looked in, there was no sign of Jesus' body. He was not there. Well, this is confusing. This is difficult to understand. But two angels were there, and the angels spoke with these ladies, and they said, "Why do you look for the living among the dead? He's not here. He's risen. He's alive." Well, how do you respond to that? First of all, you've had the shock of seeing angels, and now you're trying to compute in your head what is going on with Jesus. So the girls started to go back to the room where they were gathering, except for Mary Magdalene, who stayed behind, no doubt wondering if there was anything else she could do to seek out where Jesus was. And then she sees this man. She assumes he's staff in the garden. But as he speaks to her, she realizes it's Jesus. As he says her name, Mary, all the memories come flooding back. It's Jesus. He's alive. And so she too can go back with the others and say, "He's alive and I've seen him." Peter and John run to the tomb to check it out. Is it really true? And when they get there, there's the grave clothes, neat and tidy, and no body. And so they too go back to the room and say that we've been there. There is no sign of Jesus in that tomb. He's just not there. Well, some disciples went back to their own town in Emmaus. They were walking along the road, depressed, fed up, and wondering how they were going to pick their lives up. Unknown to them, the man who joined them on their walk and started talking to them was Jesus. It was hidden from them that that's who he was. But he talked about all the Old Testament as we know it now, all those scriptures that prophesied what would happen. And they had a marvelous Bible study with this man. And when it became evening and they needed to stop on their journey, he stayed with them, stayed with the meal. And as he broke bread, said grace at the beginning of the meal, if you like. As he broke bread, they recognized him. It's Jesus. And then he was gone. Wow, what to do? They were so excited now. Depression had turned to joy, and they rushed back despite the lateness of the hour. They rushed back to Jerusalem to meet with the disciples and say, "We've seen the Lord. We've seen Jesus. He's alive." And as they were all gathered there, just with Thomas saying, "You're all mad," He's been dead for days. Suddenly, in that locked room, Jesus stands in their midst. Suddenly he's there. He's alive. He's alive.